Hey guys, I wanted to get back up on here and talk to you some more about time since this is your new lessons and your new material for math this week. So yesterday we talked a little bit about telling time to the hour. So I'm going to show you an example. So we looked at a clock. Remember, this is an analog clock. The short hand is the hour hand. The long hand is the minute hand. First, we look at the hour hand. This one's pointing to 11. And when the minute hand is pointing to o'clock, or when it's pointing to 12, we say o'clock. So this clock is showing us 11 o'clock. Okay? So today, we're going to talk about telling time when the minute hand is on the 6. So I'm going to do that again. Let you watch me. So here's 11 o'clock. Okay? As the minute hand moves around the clock for each minute, watch the hour hand. It's starting to move too. Okay, so we're halfway around the clock. We've gone from 12 halfway around to 6. Now, if we were to keep going, watch the hour hand, that red hand. It's still moving. And now we're back at the 12. So the hour in the hour hand we can see is pointing to the 12 too. It's on a new number. It's not 11 anymore. Now it's 12 o'clock. So it has been 1 hour. The minute hand has gone around the clock one time, and the hour hand has moved 1 hour from one number to the next. Okay. So I'm going to go backwards, but there you go. All right. So now let's go back to when the minute hand was on the 6. When the minute hand is on the 6, we have gone halfway around the clock. Okay, imagine like this is a big pizza and we're going to cut it in half. So we have gone halfway around the clock. So this is telling time to the half hour because we haven't gone all the way around. It hasn't been a full hour, it's been a half hour. So now let's look at our hour hand. First, look at your hour hand. And instead of it pointing right at one number, now it's between two numbers, right? It's in the middle of 11 and 12. So when we look at this hour hand, and if we need to figure out how many hours is on our clock, we have to, it's in between two numbers, so we have to bounce back, right? We just went past the 11. Remember, we watched it move slowly from 11 to 12. So it's past 11. It has not touched 12 yet. So we cannot go forward to 12. You have to bounce back to 11. So the hours are 11, and the minute hand is on the 6. When the minute hand is on the 6, we do not say o'clock like we do when it's on the 12. When the minute hand is on the 6, we say 30. This is 30 minutes. So 11:30. When we write that, like how it would look on the sorry, it's probably okay, that clock is not being nice today. There's probably a lot of noise. I apologize. When we write 11:30, write your hours first. So the hours were 11, and then 2 dots, and then your minutes is 30 because the minute hand was on the 6. Okay? Let's do a couple more together. Okay, so here, let's look at this one. So we look at our hour hand first. It's between the 9 and the 10. It's not touching one number. It's between the two. And if we look at our minute hand, it's on the 6. So if we want to tell what time this is, go to your hour hand and bounce back. Remember, it's past the 9. That means it touched the 9 and it kept going. But it has not touched 10 yet. So you can't jump forward to 10 o'clock. until it touches it. You don't want to leave this guy behind, so bring it with you. So 9, and when the minute hand is on the 6, 30. So if we were to write that, first we would write 9 with our 2 dots, and then 30. Okay, sometimes I'll see people when they write, instead of writing 9:30, they might write 9:06 because the minute hand was touching the 6. But that doesn't tell us 6 minutes. It tells us 30 minutes. So you want to write 9 and then 30 minutes when you're on the 6. And that's probably the trickiest thing. That and remembering to bounce back. You don't want to leave this guy behind, right? You've already touched him. He stays with you until you get to the new number. Okay? And if you look, and not every clock has this, so that's why I don't want you to get used to using it, but it might help you make sense. When we start at the 1, you can see in the blue, there's a 5. Blue like the minute hand. So 5, then we have 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, okay? And there's, at the 12, it goes all the way around till 60. So there's 60 minutes in an hour. That means every time the blue minute hand, the long minute hand goes around the clock, it's been 60 minutes. And then that makes one new hour. 60 minutes makes an hour. So when you're only halfway and you've only made it to the 6 with your minute hand, that's why it's 30 minutes. Okay? We'll do a couple more, and then you guys will get to practice with some of your math sheets and stuff. All right, let's look at this one. So here's my time. Look at your hour hand first. What do you notice? What numbers is it between? Right, it's between the 4 and the 5. So it's between the 4 and the 5. Has not touched the 5 yet. So it's still 4 is our hours. Remember, bounce back. We're going to bounce backwards to the 4. And our minute hand is on the 6, which means 30 minutes. So this time is 4:30. If we were to write that, we would write 4, 2 dots, and then 30 minutes. Okay, let's do one more together. I'm going to try and trick you with this one because this one's tough. This is kind of like when the clock is at 12 o'clock and both hands are pointing to the same number. This one sometimes can trick a lot of people. And truth, when I look at our clock at home, sometimes it tricks me. So that's why I wanted to show it to you. So the hour hand, if we look at our hour hand, is between 6 and 7. It has not gotten to the 7 yet, so we can't say 7 hours. We have to bounce back to 6. So this time says 6, and then the minute hand is on the 6. So 6 is our hours, and when the minute hand is on the 6, we say 30. So 6:30 is our time. When we write that on our board, first we write 6 for our hours and 30 for our minutes. Okay? One more that can sometimes be tricky. Sometimes this is a little tricky too. So the hour hand is between 2 numbers. What numbers? Right, it's between 1 and 12. And the minute hand is on the 6. So since this is between 2 numbers, we have to bounce back to the 12, which kind of seems maybe strange because 12 is bigger. But it just went past the 12. It has not touched 1 yet. Okay? Yeah, here we go. So here's 12 o'clock. It's moving, it's moving, it's moving. It stops. It has not gotten to 1 yet. So we bounce back to the 12. Our hours is 12. Our minute hand on the 6 means 30. So our time is 12:30. When you write that, again, hours first, you'll write 12, 2 dots, and 30. Okay. I hope that made sense for you guys. Telling time to the half hour is a little bit, it's not as straightforward. You have to remember a few things. Remember to bounce back, and remember the minute hand on the 6 means 30 minutes. Okay? All right, guys. Keep working hard and doing good, and have a great day today. See you later.